Okay, well, next time, for something like
it
that
needs to
level.
be equal opportunity, attention to detail. Then it got to be Danny Post too that you pay attention to, the same way.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you send it, I will say my points.
Don't worry. Son.
Anyways,
Mom and Dad are not bickering. It's okay.
people.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Moon Piece Podcast, where we give you all things nerdy, geek culture, anime, all things in between. I'm here with my co-host, as always, Kimmy-san.
Hey, yo.
And this sweet Italian boy.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I still don't know how to respond to that.
Oh, my Shayla.
Somebody said that to me at work the other day over the phone
Really?
after I gave them my last name, which I'm not going to say.
Mm-hmm.
And they just respond, and oh, God, that sent me. Sweet Italian boy.
Oh my God!
Yes,
my
sir.
Shayla!
I didn't know what to say. I'm like, yeah. Email me whatever you want, whatever. That was so fucking awkward.
Yeah, it's been a while since we recorded. It's really the first episode of the new year, technically. I mean, the last episode came out on 12/31, so we are here to give you some stuff. So let's get into what we watching, what we playing. What's going on, Kimmy?
All right, so I watched a lot of stuff over the break.
Love that.
Good at new things and old things. So old things, I watched Die Hard for the first time.
Interesting
You just had
choice.
to check that box.
Yo,
Yeah.
you really let that Christmas episode get to you, huh? You just started watching Christmas movies.
I was forced to. I went to visit family and stuff and some friends. So I was at the friend's house and they were like, "We're gonna watch Die Hard because it's a Christmas movie technically." And I was like, "Okay." I've never seen it before, so they were like, "You've never seen Die Hard? No, we gotta watch. I want to see what your reaction is." And I was like, "Cool," because the only correlation I have is that one Dexter episode where they pretended to be Die Hard. So
I don't even remember that.
Oh, the Dexter's Laboratory?
yeah, Dexter's Laboratory. They
Definitely
had
not Dexter, the trash show you watched.
It's not trash. Thank you very much. We'll get into that later.
but yes, they actually have an episode where Dexter it's basically Die Hard, but it's Dexter, and he instead of the broken glass, it's like Legos on the floor, and the ketchup packets is what he's stepping on, so it looks like the blood, and it's like
Oh my God.
he has a shirt off and a tank top, and it's
This is like Bruce Willis in his prime. This is
Yeah.
like what the movie that made him famous.
yeah, I never knew that.
So what'd you think of the movie, though?
I thought it was great time, really
Yeah?
interesting.
Holds up?
Yeah, I liked it. I was genuinely impressed. So.
Severus Snape is the villain in it, right?
Yeah, I was
Alan
so
Rickman.
surprised.
R.I.P.
Oh my God, him and then Carl from Family Matters was the cop and
Yeah.
stuff. I was
Carl
like
Winslow, yeah.
Carl Winslow. I was so that was great.
Okay.
I love that as a movie.
Are you going to watch Die Hard 2?
I heard the rest of them aren't that great.
I think Die Hard
think,
2 is
I think there's
okay.
yeah. I heard the second one's okay, but I don't
Live
know.
free, die hard. Die harder.
Die another day.
So we'll see. Yeah, if I end up doing that. Next thing I watched, I was very excited about. I watched both. In Guardians of the Galaxy, I watched the Christmas episode, which was super sweet.
That shit is mad old.
Yeah, I never watched it.
Okay.
So I was
a
like,
live action?
yeah. They have it's a Christmas episode. It's 40 minutes for the Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy. Super cute. I liked it. It's
Came out in 03.
yeah. 2023, you mean?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
You said 03. I said, what?
Wow.
What did he say?
Oh, my God.
What did he say?
I don't know what I got to figure it out. That's too much work.
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh, no.
We got a soundboard that's got.
I got sound effects, guys.
It's great.
We're still working it out.
But yeah, so I watched that. That was great. And then also I finally watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because
Oh, yeah, I
I
still
hadn't
haven't
seen it
watched
yet
Okay.
either.
Yeah. I watched that on the plane. No disrespect.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Seems
one of those
appropriate.
movies sometimes. I did cry. It was sad.
Yeah.
But
They get you with the animal sadness.
whoo, they hit you hard, man. I was I knew it was gonna be sad, but I was like, I don't know what kind of sad.
It's how to
Nah,
get an American to cry.
that was
Americans and their animals.
The Americans and the animals, the easiest way to make them cry.
It was rough. But Rocket just going through it like that, and he was just so regretful that he had all that resentment to himself, thinking that he let his friends die the whole time. That killed me, man.
Yeah.
That's when he was apologizing, in the all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it was a good way to close that chapter for them.
Fantastic. Very well done. Super good way to introduce a lot of new characters, the new Guardians, new chapter for all those characters. Fantastic. Loved it. Then I watched John Wick for the first time.
Oh,
I never watched
What?
Yeah, I never watched John Wick.
That's very
nice.
surprising.
I've
Oh, wow.
only seen the first two. I never saw the third one yet.
I accidentally one time years ago, like going through the channel, saw like parts of the third one, the one where they're like secretly shooting at each other, like choo choo, walk, 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 choo choo, you know, like in the mall, and I was like, this is not hitting for me, you know, because you don't have the rest of the context and all that.
Yeah.
So I was just like, this is really boring. I'm changing the channel. So finally, like my friends were like, no, sit and watch it. This is actually worth doing. Like, do the whole thing. And I watched. And I was like, okay, this was generally very good. I liked it.
It's good. Like, you know, it's almost like certain animes. You go to certain animes for certain things, and you knew what you came here for at that point.
I was proud of myself. I called out everything.
Like that was going to happen?
Yeah, I called out everything.
I think what they do. What were you gonna say?
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say. I think what they do a really good job in is just like telling you, not just showing you, like the reputation that John Wick has as the boogeyman in that universe. Like, for instance, when the guy brings the car to the shop, and he's like, "Wait a minute, is this? Do you know whose car this is?" And he smacks the shit out of him.
You're not saying it to the mic.
And he smacks the shit out of him, and then he like tells his dad, who's like the boss leader, and he's like, "Why'd you slap my son, sir? Your son stole John Wick's car." And he just hangs up the phone, like, and then he smacks his son. It's like, oh,
Yeah, what I was going to say is what I've realized is, you know, you watch media with other people sometimes, and I don't know if you ever feel like you catch yourself predicting how things are going to go easier than other people. And I think because we watch so much anime and so much different types of storytelling along with American media, we can now kind of figure out, because we've seen so many different types of stories, where stories might be going a little bit easier than other people. Because I know that sometimes people are like, how did you, for example, Squid Games. There are things happen in Squid Games that like seems like elementary, bro. But the average person apparently, or some people who watch it in dub, just like are not picking up on like obvious clues or like where things are going or certain plot twists where like we catch ourselves like being able to see a plot twist a mile away in like mad series, you know what I mean? So I feel like that has gotten us conditioned because we experience so many different types of storytelling.
Yeah, that's understandable. Because I sat there and I was like, who's the guy that plays Green Goblin?
William Dafoe?
William Dafoe, yeah. So like William Dafoe's character is like his homie, and they like hire him to like try to take him out. And I sat there and I was like, he's his homie. He's not gonna do this. I was like, even with when he gave that little shot and he missed, I was like, nah, that was a warning shot. He was alerting him to this bitch coming in. I was like, nah, that's his homie. He's a ride or die. I know this. He's not betraying him. And then they sat there. They were like, yo, why you know all this? I was like, I know my shit.
Yeah, bro.
So that was great. As you guys know, I already caught up on Kagurabachi, so that was my woo-woo.
I'm so happy
Did that
we can like talk about.
Oh well, now
it.
we have to talk about it in the episode because we only talked about it in the stream.
Yes,
the stream is not the episode. So
that's true. So little thing on Kagurabachi, guys. As you know, we've talked about it a little bit on the podcast, but just a little run through. It's a sort of modern day ish manga series with magic and magical swords. That's like almost Demon Slayer vibes, but like everybody knows that it's going on. So kind of like JJK-ish in Shibuya, but instead of that world being secret, everybody knows about it, which is great. And it's very cool and interesting, and I've been liking it so far.
Okay.
It really picked up for me. Like the first bit was very boring and slow moving, and as you guys know, there's no ships that's really sailing for me right now. So it's like weird to have a series where like nobody seems shippable to me yet.
Yeah.
But
I mean, do you feel like that? I guess, I mean, everything does come down to preference when you're like reading a story, so I understand that. But do you feel like that is kind of whack, that like you need that to enjoy a story, or no?
Not whack. It's just like, I don't know. You just find something like you find something you like, and I love seeing love between people, any people, you know. And it's just like, damn, nobody, the gays, the straights, the nobodies, the they, them, nobody.
You just got raw story and
It's
character
raw
emotions
story.
and friendship. Like,
And
not everybody got to be shipped, man. Sometimes you could just enjoy the ride.
I mean, true. Yeah, I didn't enjoy it until later on, but it got there.
I mean, in the most recent chapter, I mean, spoilers.
Spoilers for
alert.
Kagurabachi up to chapter 63.
Samura's daughter is now in it, so I don't know. I can kind of see maybe a little something happening between her and
You also gotta
Chihiro.
you gotta let it cook. Think about it. This is 63 chapters in.
Even
You ain't never
100.
you ain't never even. This is my first time besides Berserk also getting into a series where there's no anime,
So
there's
early.
no nothing. Like we just are we're kind of ahead of the curve because when we watch the anime, now we're gonna be those people like. Y'all don't even know.
Been there.
Y'all don't even know. You don't even know the best part. It's not even coming up yet. Watch when it gets to the Rakuzachi auction arc, season 2. Y'all not even ready.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah. So it's like this is I mean, granted we have the podcast, so that probably helps to like have that experience. But this will be both of us will be doing this for the first time. Danny, Don, everything else he reads manga
way ahead of time.
Anime is my preferred medium, so
yes,
like
Not me.
listen, we know, bro. You know,
we know.
Read it.
No, but
read
I like
it.
anime, but like I'm just always been.
You're a reader.
I'm just a reader. I'm just a reader.
But I mean, what are your thoughts overall of like I guess how Kagurabachi progressed over time?
I think it improved a significant amount because at first it was like trying to get you on the approach of like. Guy is trying to avenge his father's death, also help this random little girl that's getting sought after and all that stuff. And it's like, okay, pulling at the heartstrings, trying to help this family, blah, 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 avenging, like reason, all that. It's like, okay, run of the mill. But then the setting was also, I was like, okay, the setting's a lot better. I like this. I like the powers. Goldfish sword, dope as fuck.
Goldfish sword go hard.
Yeah.
It goes hard.
It goes hard.
Yeah, it goes hard with the goldfish, the beta fish, all that shit that he brings up. Super cool. I like that.
Can you kind of see? It's so funny that you actually watched John Wick recently. Can you kind of see like the inspiration with like Chihiro's character, especially now with what's going on in the chapters when they're
It's John
wearing
Wick
their
the manga
suits?
almost.
It looks like I love it.
It's sick.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I think I also appreciate how simple the cosplay will be once we get to that.
Oh yeah, we could do a group cosplay. We lit now. We just got to get him a black leather jacket. He's Gucci.
There we go.
I got a black pea coat.
Yeah,
good
that's not
enough.
the same. No,
not the
no.
same.
We're gonna
How do you
do
know they're
it.
leather
If
jackets?
we're
not the
going to
same.
do it, bro,
You got to do it right.
Let's just do it right.
All right,
like
let's
why
go to
we
the thrift store
Absolutely.
then.
like we all gotta have the same type of jacket.
Yeah.
Me and
So you
her
have
have a
a
black
long-
long leather. Yeah, I
You
got
have
a
a
black
long black
yeah.
leather jacket.
I got
You
everything.
got duster.
A what?
Aren't they? That's what those called. The long black leather, like Matrix jackets. Those are dusters.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
We'll figure it out. Anyways, but yes, I was like,
Trench
it's gonna be like
Ropey.
Chainsaw Man all over again, like clean cosplay.
Okay.
Excited.
So like, I guess progressing from like that first part and then I guess the Sojo arc and then the Raku. Like, well, how'd you feel? I guess going in between that, like, did you like that first main villain?
He was kind of like, he gave me like Dobby knockoff vibes at first. No. Who does he reminded me of? He reminded me the guy with the Cloud
Gouger.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cloud Gouger, right?
Yeah.
He reminded me of somebody, and I can't put my finger on it.
I love that. I loved that
But-
character. That guy was.
He was a crash
balls
out.
to
He was
the
a
walls.
crash out is the complete great way to
I
describe
just
him.
will never
Yeah.
forget the moment where he grabs that one sorcerer just so he can relive his trauma, just to hype himself up for the next
She's
fight.
probably like, I remember that, bro.
No, I do.
Like, who does that?
Yeah.
Wild.
He's like, I need this for what comes next. What?
Like I thought the story was. I was already impressed by the story up to that
Mm-hmm.
point, but I still had my reservations, and it wasn't until the arc after that where I was like, and also I live streamed it, so I kind of I had people kind of reading along with me and helping me notice things
Okay.
as I was going along. That's what kind of makes the live streaming experience a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
But that second arc and everything that happened there with the Rakuzachi auction and then the dad and Hakari and all that, I was like, this is just good storytelling.
Yes.
This is good shit. So like, what do you think about that part of the story?
That's when it really picked up for me. Like the preparation for like the big auction arc and trying to rescue the swords and all that stuff. It was definitely, I was like, okay, I see it. They're cooking. But it really wasn't until like Hikari is his name? Hakari, yeah. So it wasn't until like the son that was forgot about coming back, and turns out he's actually got super powers way better that would have been like nurtured in the first place if he was shown the love that he deserved. I was like, oh yes, this is like Zuko arc like times 10. This is fantastic. I love this. Like, fuck them up, daddy issues. Let's go. So like I love that kind of like arc with like characters that like you were unappreciated and you went in, you showed that you were better. And I was like, same thing with I watched recently My Happy Marriage, and it was like the same kind of situation. I'm just like, I love that for you. Get your revenge.
Yeah.
So that really solidified how this was actually great storytelling for me.
What did you think about the dad in that arc, though? I feel like when it got towards the end, I started to find a little bit of sympathy. I don't know how, but I started feeling a little bit of sympathy for the character.
Because he kind of started to show he regretted the way he handled things with his children.
It was that, but he still stood on business, though.
Yeah,
he's like he was feeling it. He was like, yeah, I fucked up, but I got to stand on that.
Yeah, I'm here.
I got to stand on that. You know what I
The
mean?
show must go on.
It was like kind of like I don't want to discount it by calling it a diet endeavor, but it was like kind of experiencing Endeavor's arc without the redemption.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd see that.
I could see that, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I guess from there, the Rakuzachi, the most recent part that happened, were you affected at all by the Samura betrayal or no?
Somewhat. It wasn't a heavy hit, like it's basically a character that's like seen as a sensei, the potential, and it would have been different. So for example, in My Hero, it would have been different if it was someone like Aizawa that like betrayed Deku and the class and stuff like that.
Would have been crazy.
Exactly. That would have been insane after all that training and all that stuff. But the fact that he never got there, it didn't hit as hard. So if he just got here.
If he was here, like if it was Shiba, then it would have been fire.
Yeah, like
I'm still waiting on it.
Yeah, I still don't trust Shiba.
Yeah.
So the blonde kid,
the
right?
off-screen merchant,
the guy who can
he don't
teleport.
do nothing on screen, bro. Everything he does is off-screen, bro.
Yeah. So that's why I'm waiting for his section, So exactly, it'd be different with someone that he's been going with this whole time, raised, trained, all that stuff. No, it was just someone that he saw on the sidelines and was like, oh yeah, I remember him. He was crazy back in the day, and it was like the potential, died, which it sucks. You could have seen something great happen
if they nurtured it maybe a little bit longer, even if it was a couple more chapters with Samura. I think that's one of the things. Like I was telling Danny, I don't think this series is going to be a really long series. The pacing of it, I don't want to say it's too fast, but it does just have its own way of storytelling, and it's keeping it also in a really compact frame of time. But I am satisfied with the character moments they're giving. I don't feel like there's a lack of it. It is just moving quickly where like this is going to probably be done within 200 chapters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. So what do you think? What are some things you think it could do to improve? Or that you at least want to see from the series going forward?
I guess I think we talked about it before. We haven't really had such a strong female lead. We had one with the girl
Hiyuki.
I can't even remember her name.
Flamebone
girl. Yeah, Flamebone girl was she was cool.
Yeah.
But they, she pop her up a little bit here and there. So I think hopefully with Samura's daughter coming back, I hope she has a significant role going forward, because that'd be great. There really hasn't been no girls up there kicking ass.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, one of the girls in the 4 that they have, she's cool. What was her name?
Suki,
something like that.
I can't remember their names, but the
something with an S.
Masumi group.
Yeah. So very looking forward to something like that.
All right. What about you, Danny? I mean, you've been a fan longer than all of us.
I think it's just a really wild ride. I'm loving just the design and the overall feel of where this is going. I'm really rooting for Chihiro's character as a whole. I think the whole mystery of what happened during the war.
Yes.
That being
I think they're doing a good job of dangling that carrot, because now I'm just just give it to me. Tell me what did they do? Why are they so sus?
And just seeing how Chihiro is slowly getting exposed to this world, slowly learning more about this world and these characters. I like it because we're along for the ride with him. So we're also learning at the same time. So I think that the author is doing a really good job telling the story that way. I think that once we really find out what happened in the war and what even caused the war, because we don't even know who was with. We don't know if it was a civil war. We don't know if it was with another rival nation. So I think that the world building will really come in at that point, because that's where the author could really choose to see how deep he wants to go into the story and into this world. So, until then, we really don't know how long this series is going to be. But honestly, I can't wait for Hakuri's power up.
Yes. I need my boy. They nerfed him because his abilities are OP.
Yeah, 100%.
And TK, when you made him, you knew you made a problem because you said, "Oh no, I got to bench him."
Because
he could solve the whole manga right now in 2 chapters. He said, "I just got to touch and then get the swords." So they had to bench, bro.
Yep.
I think my favorite part about the series so far is that Chihiro really be getting his ass kicked.
Yep.
I like when the main character really be having to get humbled and really don't just be winning
all the time,
the whole way through. Like no power, friendship, no. If I just try, sit down, boy.
Yep.
They've been telling him, sit your ass down. You ain't built like this.
He literally died.
Yep.
10 chapters ago. 5 chapters ago.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see where the series go. I don't know if people are gonna love the anime because I do take seriously your criticism in regards to like the the shippableness and the kawaii-ness of the series. Like I make the joke like the characters in the series, it's great art, it has great action. Like I'm not gonna make fun of like how it looks, but the shape of the faces looks like how I used to draw Dragon Ball Z characters when I was in like middle school. It's very angular, very boxy.
Yeah.
You could
But
tell.
think about Solo Leveling too. Like Solo Leveling is not very cutesy, and the style.
And
Solo
Leveling will never reach a certain level of popularity, and it's not in Shonen Jump. Like you're talking
really?
about, you're talking about a manhwa and something that's it's never going to reach the same type of level of popularity that Shonen Jump is looking for from its big series. You know what I mean? We're talking about something trying to replace My Hero.
I don't know. It's pretty. I feel
JJK.
like Solo Leveling is pretty big. I've had a lot of like even family members that don't even watch anime like that be like, "Yo, you just heard this show Solo Leveling? It's getting up there."
I think that we're in for a new generation of what's to come, and we shouldn't be looking for exact copies and replacements.
Yeah.
I think that there are series that can stand alone. Maybe not as high as nothing is going to surpass Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, My Hero, nothing like that.
That's not what I'm looking for. But I'm saying Shonen Jump does look for specific pillars.
But they're not the only ones. Like look at Kodansha, look at Attack on Titan,
Yeah.
look at Blue Lock, look at all the other series that come from that as well.
Yeah.
They're also very Shonen Jumpy. But
Yeah, but even still, like Blue Lock still has a capped fan base because it's a sports anime already, right?
It's true.
Still
A lot of people don't like
I'm not
sports
saying
anime.
when I say these points, it's not about they're popular. I'm not going to say there's not fans. There's fans of everything.
yeah, we're talking about
But
reaching
I'm
that
talking about
height.
the
hype.
mainstream.
Yeah.
Everybody is not mainstream wise. I'm going to talk about Solo Leveling. I think the same way that Chainsaw Man and JJK and My Hero was talked about, and I'm not even trying to even go into the One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach thing because that's an even bigger, different pile. You know what I mean? There's so many different options. Solo Leveling, I just don't think it's going to get. It's good.
I mean, you've only seen the first season though, and like I think even me when we were watching the first season, like don't expect much from the first 12 episodes. Like there's still a lot more to the story that's gonna come to it. I think that if the animation does its job in the adaptation, we're gonna see some really good looking, cool moments.
Okay, let me
look at things like JJK and Attack on Titan. You're not seeing a lot of cutesy stuff coming out of that.
Okay, wrong. Completely wrong. And this is what the point I'm trying to get to, because I'm thinking on a business-minded level about it. The marketability and the kawaii-ness of Solo Leveling is not there. The only character that is present right now of season 2 is Sun Jin-woo, right? That's his name?
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody else merchandisable. Not a single character. Right?
There's one.
We're already on season 2.
Oh, he's right.
We're already on season 2.
Yeah.
And you already read it, but I can't see a world where this thing is going to introduce 10 characters that are now become easily merchandisable, that Kimmy can now buy all the cute little high Q type things, all the random plushies of characters. If a series can't do that, unfortunately, I'm just being fully honest.
No, absolutely.
If I can't get a little Gojo like that, right? You said JJK's not that. That is literally a JJK thing. Look how cute that is.
That's true.
You need to be able to do that
Yes.
to reach peak. I'm not saying like popularity. Yes, sure. But we're talking about like household name type stuff.
Yeah. He got you there.
Okay.
Marketability.
I will say that some of the shadows that Sun Jin-woo will collect as he goes on through the story do have some cutesy moments to it.
Cool.
Like you'll see some of the shadows as they come along.
But how, like, if that takes too long, what I'm saying, most series need to get that.
Not too long.
Most anime, they need to get that happening within the first or second season.
Facts. You need
You know
like
what I mean? You can't, by the time it's season 3 or 4, if that's when you can start finally making merchandisable things, you already lost the race.
Yeah.
It was supposed to happen season 1.
You
know
got to
what I
think
mean?
there's usually like a main 5 that start out with. Like there's
You
usually
need a crew. That's what shows.
Exactly.
Like,
you need a crew. And that's why you can market that crew. So if it's just him by himself or like that one image of him and his past self, like that's not a lot. So, but I totally understand. But going on with Solo Leveling, I started season 2. Have you guys watched it yet?
I haven't started.
Yes, I started season 2.
It.
They started with a bang. They started with a bang. And they cooked immediately. Yeah.
They cooked.
I said all that about Soul 11, not to say I don't enjoy it.
Yes.
Right? I just want to sometimes bring you down to reality in regards to like
absolutely. It's a good point to make.
Main popularity, but like that episode was fire.
Yeah, no.
I didn't watch today's episode though.
Oh, it came out today?
Yeah, Saturdays.
Oh,
it's gonna be Sakamoto Saturdays and Los Soul 11 Saturdays.
I gotta watch Sakamoto days too.
Sakamoto Saturdays.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's what you're gonna have every Saturday. But
so excited. Okay, cool. So I have something to watch because they went out strong. I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. I'm excited. We see his new power ups. And it's looking good. It's beautiful, beautifully animated. We're seeing the hype up of all the anticipation of the war that's to come with this secret island and all that stuff. And now it's like, okay, he's like slowly like letting his power show here and there and just like, don't ask me nothing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you got it.
I'm rocking out with edgy Sun Jin-woo.
Yeah.
I was a little salty. We didn't get to see him soft a little bit longer, but I'm still seeing the moments where he is soft with his dialogue. Like even with the little girl that shouldn't be there, like I see it brimming out, but now I'm rocking out with edgy Sun Jin-woo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you excited? I know you've read it.
Yeah, no, I'm super. I've just seen very small clips. Every time like I see something about season 2, I'm like, skip. Like we've talked about it before. That's the first thing I'm gonna do when I get home tonight.
Yeah. Yay.
All right.
Lastly,
Damn, you moving like Danny today.
I know.
I love it. I love it.
I mean,
We keep
Kagurabachi
sidebarring
was long. That was its own thing. That was your fault.
Yeah, you were interviewing her.
Exactly. So, okay.
Well, like we had to talk about it.
Okay, super excited. This will be super short. I started a new manga, Ichi the Witch.
Oh, I heard about. Wait, y'all talked about it last time.
Yes.
Whoa, okay.
Damn,
How many chapters?
now I gotta watch.
I'm caught up. I'm all caught up.
How many chapters is it?
It's only 16, like 17.
Slight work, bro.
It's
Okay,
super.
So
I
you're
guess
seeing
I'll
him fight
shut
that
up.
magic now,
I'll let
right?
y'all-
Yeah.
I'll let y'all cook.
Yo, Ichi's built different.
I fuck with him heavy. Okay.
Those boots though?
Okay, hold up. Okay, so for those of you guys who don't know, this new manga that just came out is called Ichi the Witch. Danny mentioned it before. So just like as a little recap, we're getting our first like super main character, dark skinned girl that's like in it, that's super in it. So I'm super happy to have
Discaris, right?
Yeah.
Yo, I love her. Dude, every time she's in a page, I just love the way she holds herself.
It's so
Your
good.
uber badass #1 witch, Discaris.
Oh my god, I love her.
Dude,
She's
the
such.
cosplays are gonna be so. You have to
I will.
started
I
now.
will. Absolutely.
to.
I saw it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna cook with this bitch. I'm excited. So it's nice to also have something that's like dramatic, but also has like the funny chibi like ness that JJK brought back, of like the silly moments in between. I feel like a lot of the anime and manga these days don't like go back to the silliness as much anymore, which is understandable. Everybody wants to fight hands and stuff, but this is a cool one that's like we fight in hands and we silly, but also it's like, wow, look at this beautiful range of characters that I know it's gonna bring a good amount of people, like cosplayers, all that kinds of stuff. This is great. I was like hopping on a plane and I was waiting. So I was like, let me read this in the meantime. And I read the whole thing.
Yeah, I think the fashion, like the author does a really good job with the fashion in the series. Again, like those magic boots that like he puts on. And
Fire.
like, when he's just like jumping around in the city, like it looks really good.
Yes.
I love the series. So I'm so happy
Yes.
that you're going to be reading this now.
Oh, also, I forgot to say, it is a manga that's like, guys don't become witches, and this one accidentally does. Because it's mostly women that become witches in the series.
Only women.
Yeah, only women. That's witches in the series. So
he's like the boy who lived, except lived as a boy witch.
Yeah. So it's him discovering both the world of magic and just living with society, because he was basically Inosuke.
Yeah.
As a hunter. So bringing a hunter's perspective into fighting witches and magics, you said there were?
Yeah,
the demons, basically?
Yeah, they're called magics.
Yeah. So very cool. I like it. And last but not least, Ranma 1/2.
Oh,
I was gonna start that. It's like a little comedy. It's like a little jokey joke. It's like
good.
Urusei Yatsura. It's like an old school. It's like a remake thing. It's on my list.
Yeah, it's a remake. I never heard of it before, but I've
Oh.
been seeing it sit on Netflix for like a couple months now. I finally sat down and watched it. I said, "Oh, now this is fire."
Is it?
Actually, like it's like so reminiscent of the 90s style of things,
Yeah.
but in the I watched the remake first since I never heard of this, right?
Yeah.
I was like, let me see how this is. I liked it so much. I went back and I'm watching the 90s one.
And you probably getting that 90s charm. And it's
It
probably hitting.
is.
It's probably hitting.
But I like that the original, like the remake, they cut out all the fluff, all the fast recaps, all the things that you don't really need. So it's just straight plot, and I appreciate that.
What is it about? I don't even know.
So Ranma one half is this guy who is a martial artist, and they go to a dojo, and there's this girl and her family, and they own a dojo, and the two dads are like, "Hey, my best bud is coming over, and you guys are gonna, one of my 3 daughters, one of y'all are gonna marry his son so that we can keep the dojo together and in the family."
Makes
and they were
sense to
like,
me.
and they were like, "Oh, this is great," but of course, like the youngest daughter doesn't want to do that. All this stuff. Big problem is that when they went to China to train, the guy accidentally fell into a pool, and now he accidentally turns into a girl every time he gets splashed with cold water. And the dad turns into a panda whenever he gets cold water. So
Okay.
to turn back into their regular selves, they get hot water on them. So it's like shenanigans.
Okay.
Pure shenanigans.
How hot? I'd be like, ah.
Yeah.
It's hilarious because like then, the girls find out and everything, the family finds out, and it's like, okay, both Akane, who's the main girl, and Ranma, who's the guy, they have to deal with the shenanigans of like, I don't actually like you, you're a tomboy, like, oh well, you're a pervert, like all that kinds of stuff. Super funny, but also at the same time, like, guys are hitting on the girl version of Ranma. He has to deal with that. And like he sees Akane and like her tomboyness, but it's like, oh, is she actually cute? Like, I don't know. Oh, and then like these other guys are going after Akane. Do I care about that? And just different things like that, So it's shenanigans.
So it's like a comedy series.
It is. It's
All right.
it's an old school comedy series, and I think you'll genuinely enjoy it. I haven't had something like this, like jokey joke fun, in a long time.
Yeah.
So
That's nice.
right back in
It's
the
good to
day.
have
it's
it
good
for
to-
a reason.
It's good to have those type of series. Like, I mean, just like I just found out you be watching Gintama. I was like, oh, I didn't know you'd be watching Gintama, and I feel like that gives you that.
There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry. Long
No,
one.
Kimmy pulled a Danny. Wow, give it.
I love it.
And that's the end
honestly.
that's the end of this episode of the Moon Piece podcast.
next
Kimmy
time.
said enough for all of us,
I'm
and that
sorry.
is it.
It was a good discussion.
Go ahead, Danny.
But anyway, getting into me, I want to jump right back into Dexter and address the slander of what you were saying before.
God.
Oh,
So
my
Dexter's prequel series, Original Sin, just started on Paramount Plus. And let me
Ah.
tell you, as far as a prequel series is concerned, as far as a sequel prequel series is concerned, they're killing it. The casting job that they did, absolutely amazing. First of all, they also brought in Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Ooh.
Her character's not playing a major role so far, but
Okay.
just love to see her out here doing things.
Yes.
I love Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Great.
Daphne.
Daphne.
And Patrick Dempsey is also in it too. And he's playing this like
Patrick
old-
Dempsey
from Grey's Anatomy.
I never seen.
McDreamy.
Oh, okay. McDreamy. I don't even watch that show. But
If I showed you a picture,
You'll
He's the main.
know.
He's the main guy. He's the guy who's seen most of the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Brown
the hot-
hair.
The hot Silver Foxy.
Oh,
it's this
Silver?
guy.
Oh, that dude. Well, he used to have brown hair, and now he has.
Oh,
silver.
Yeah, he's old now.
Yeah. But yes, him.
Having him on as well as Sarah Michelle Gellar is just really cool. But the casting that they did for the younger version of the characters in the original series is such a good job. Batista, Dexter, Deborah, they're and what's the woman's name?
Only you know.
LaGuerta.
Okay.
It's a really good job. I think the kid who is playing Dexter is just doing a really good job mimicking all of like the
Mannerisms.
quirkiness that was in the character. So it's just for those who want more Dexter, the series is doing great, especially with the sequel, with the 4th sequel coming out at the end of this year, Dexter Resurrection. It's just
Jesus
getting
Christ.
fans ready.
I'm so
The
surprised.
Dexter extended universe is crazy.
Guys, I'm telling you, it really is. And honestly, I thought that like as a prequel, it would just be like one and done, like one season. But like honestly, the way it's going, I'm like, I need a second season.
I need more.
I love it. Paramount, kudos to you for bringing this back. Dexter Original Sin is slaying.
All right.
I'm also the It's Sunny, Always Sunny in Philadelphia / Abbott Elementary crossover just happened. Did you watch it?
I watched it.
Oh, I didn't watch it yet.
Oh.
Did you watch it, Sunny?
No, I didn't.
Honestly, all right. Well, you know better, but as somebody who don't watch It's Always Sunny, I'm gonna let people know right now. If you enjoyed this Abbott Elementary episode, if you decide to watch It's Always Sunny and you click episode 1 and you see what the title of episode 1 is called and you still go into this episode, watch it and feel outraged, you played yourself. Don't watch it if you're not willing to deal with like really, really obscene, satirical, but going over the edge comedy, because I watched that first episode, Danny.
What is it?
I watched
again?
it. Something. The gang gets racist.
Yeah.
Right? That's the name of the first episode.
What?
Bro, it went there, and I was like, okay. These guys are horrible people.
Yep.
I knew what I was getting myself into when Abbott came in, and I said, I know how horrible they are from episode 1. So I was able to knew what I was getting myself into in Abbott.
Okay.
They only get worse as the show goes on.
All that to say, the Abbott episode was fantastic. Give me more. I want more.
Okay.
Is there going to be a part 2? I thought that
So
there
it's
was.
going to be the next episode. The part 2 is going to be in the It's Always Sunny style. I'm not sure when it's being released, but like it'll be the same way. It'll most likely be all the things that happened on the back end that we didn't get to see in the episode because that one dude
Dennis.
wasn't on camera.
I'm not surprised because I'm over here thinking like, how are they going to involve all the characters? And Dennis's character, it's so accurate that he just doesn't want to be on camera because like there's just so many like long running jokes with his character and him probably being a serial killer.
I mean, the first episode was Always Sunny. He accidentally like had gay sex, right?
What?
I honestly don't remember.
This when the first episode is when they open the bar.
Yeah.
Not when they open the bar. When they have the black dude with the bar thing, and then Charlie's like trying to make sure they're cool. They all trying to make sure they're actually not racist with black people. But then what's his name? Dennis. They had opened a gay bar, but Dennis kind of falls for like all the people in the bar complimenting him, and then like he gets so drunk and plastered. It was ridiculous. They basically was trying to make money off of making their bar a gay bar.
Okay.
And one of them was like, we shouldn't do this. And the other two was like, well, we getting the money. And it got so bad. I don't want to give it all away. But like I said, that first
I'm
episode.
not watching this.
That first episode, if you are not prepared,
Okay.
don't watch it.
Yeah, I've heard they're all like bad people and all that stuff for the characters. So it's like.
So seeing that kind of like comedy and the way it integrates with a very wholesome show like Abbott, I think they did a really good job like merging the two.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't too over the top. Like everyone still did their thing and like how wacky
it meshed
they
well.
are.
It was perfectly balanced.
The way Barbara taught Charlie how to read was so sweet. I read good. I know words. Like,
Kimmy's like, who is Charlie?
oh my God.
That's
It
the
was
dude.
so
He's the voice
sweet.
of Luigi from Super
Yeah,
Mario
he's
Brothers.
the guy with the.
Yeah.
The meme.
wall.
The wall meme. Yes. Okay.
Can't wait to see part 2.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see how like the characters in Abbott are in the It's Sunny universe. We'll see what happens there.
The joke that Quinta said, which shout out to Quinta, is you
Cooking.
deserve it all, girl. Like
Beast.
you are doing your thing. Seeing you come from a large, not you ever gonna see this podcast, but her being a large girl to this, absolutely deserves her flowers. This episode, I love this show, bro. I love that I have like a network television show that I can just watch every week and wait for the new season to come out. Have a little fall break, like having those things to look forward to. We talked about it before. It's so
Really
nice.
nice.
And Abbott is just too good, man.
Yeah. Love what they're doing there. Next up, I want to talk about this. It ended a little while ago. Blue Lock season 2 finale. Did it make up for the whole season?
Honestly, for me, yeah.
Oh.
There we go. There you have it.
Okay.
So did you watch like the clip?
I haven't seen any of season 2 just
Don't
because
even ruin it, bro.
it turned
No,
me off.
I'm not going to. I'm
No,
just
it
gonna
turned me off. PNG Lock hearing about it, I haven't been wanting to. But now if you said the finale's worth it.
Bro, girl, those last 2 episodes.
Okay. All
the
right.
climax. One thing
I didn't even know things could look that good.
Okay. So they put the sauce on it.
Cinema. They took the 2
Cinema.
black bars that you see in like the movie theater, like the widescreen shit. They put that in the episode, and that's how you know.
Yeah,
it's game time.
it got serious real quick. And
Ooh.
I mean, listen, I was one of those people that said like, I'm not really like like the animation is trash, sure, but like it ain't really bothering the story for me. You know what I mean? Like I'm old, bro. I don't need great animation for an anime for it to be good, bro. Like we've been in the trenches.
Yeah, and
we've been in the trenches. Like let's act like we know where we've been. So like
90s anime.
was it It was like right? And then when it got there with the animation, I said, you know what? I'll be here. I might read.
All right.
I might read.
All right.
Yes.
I might read.
Okay.
Dude, that last, and it's not a spoiler because like obviously he's gonna score goals, but that last Asagi goal,
I still don't give a fuck about Isagi, bro.
Ooh.
I still don't care. I don't care.
How about this? How about the moment? Spoiler alert for you guys. It's nothing crazy for you. When Itoshi Sai went up to Rin and was like, "Yo, I guess I was wrong all along."
Yeah, it
And
sounds
said
like
it was Asagi.
you're trying. Everybody else is still more interested. He said the line. He was cold for saying that. The
Yeah,
moment
that's what
was
I'm
cold,
saying.
and it still had
He's
nothing. I'm not saying Isagi's even trash, bro. I just don't. He's not fun to watch, and like you know how long it was not about him in this match, and I was having so much fun, and then when it's about him, I'm just like annoyed. I'm just like,
Damn.
bro, get it to fucking together, bro. Everybody else is like.
All right. Wait
doing
till the
it.
wait till the season 3.
I just don't think I'll ever like Isagi, bro. I just don't.
We'll see.
He's not.
It's okay.
Like I like Barrow. I like
Barrow's dope.
red hair, long hair dude.
Chickadee.
I like
Chickadee,
yellow
yeah.
spiky hair demon devil boy. Whatever his name
Bakugo
is.
knockoff.
Yeah, I like
Raichi,
him.
yeah.
Like I like those person. Isagi is so
Boring.
vanilla, and I think that I get that's what they're going for, and that's the point. Like easily shapeable, easily moldable, shocking you when he finally locks in. But I don't want to be shocked when he finally does a cold moment. I need this nigga to be cold at all times. And if it's going to get there, I believe you. It just ain't there now. So asking me to really give a fuck about it without knowing it is unfair.
Valid.
You know what I mean? Sorry. I don't mean to shit on y'all king.
No,
listen,
you're not.
I
shitting
like
on it.
Rayo.
That's
I like
only-
Rayo more than fucking Isagi.
It's only season 2.
Yeah,
It's only season 2.
Yeah.
But that last episode was fire. Can't wait for more manga, honestly.
Okay.
Who knows what's going to happen with season 3?
Valid.
I doubt
Yeah.
we're going to get that level. If season 2 is that level of animation,
You won't
oh
get it.
my
You
God.
won't get it for all of season 3.
What else?
And
What
if
else?
you
Yeah.
expect
No.
it, then you deserve to unhappiness if you expect it.
The last thing on my list is actually a podcast that I've been listening to. One of my coworkers put it on. It's called the Telepathy Tapes. It's a podcast about.
We lost them, guys. Danny has now entered the supernatural.
Oh, here we
No.
go. What it's about?
It's about children with autism, non-speaking autism with like limited mobility, whose
Okay.
parents have like found out that their kids are telepathic, that their kids can communicate with them telepathically, like they know everything. It's not everybody; it's only like the people that they're like close to.
Yeah.
And that they can have like a connection with. So the podcast it's about like a doctor and a news reporter that are like running trials, doing tests with these kids and their family, hearing their stories
9 p.m.
and how like people can just communicate on like a different plane. Like they're still like I'm still like starting the podcast. Like I'm on episode 4, finishing episode 4. So like to hear like these beautiful stories of these kids with like non-speaking autism whose parents just like every doctor, every school are saying like, oh, they're not smart. There's like nothing in there. So like finally like learning, oh no, like my child is there. Like it's beautiful, and it's also just like mind blowing to think that that's a possibility for us.
Yeah.
That's really
You
cute.
know, I telepathy has always been something that like been super interested in. And I love my conspiracy theories of like the government always doing trials and experiments, MK Ultra, all that stuff on human experimentation with LSD and all that. I'm just saying it's out there, and yeah, I've really been enjoying it.
That's good.
But hey, that's just
know what
a
that was.
theory. A game theory.
You won't know until post.
All right,
But I do.
until
I
post.
have a game theory button. That's just a theory button.
All right.
Don't worry, guys. I've loaded it up with all types of goodies. I'm
All
gonna
right.
have so
15
much.
minutes.
Shut up. All right, so I won't make it too long. Right? Squid Game season 2.
Oh yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna give you guys the heads up right now. If it is 7 episodes, it is hour to hour 15-minute long episodes. If you go into season 2 of Squid Game and you want to feel some type of satisfaction in the end that something was resolved, do not come into season 2 for this. Season 3 will be coming out this year very soon because they
July.
shot season 2 and season 3 together. So this is 7 episodes, and I don't know how long season 3 is going to be, but it's you kind of think they kind of cut it in half, and you kind of feel that when you're watching it, like it felt like this was all one big lump of like things that was recorded. Not that it's all jumbled, but you could tell like they was just cutting that. Some episodes they were just cutting that points. I was like, damn. I was like,
that's it.
Just like, I hope you got more. Like, I hope you got more to give. You know what I mean? So, I had a fun time. Listen, I don't want to do the dub and sub debate, but I genuinely think that if you are watching this show in dub, you are not getting the proper experience.
I'm watching it dubbed. 4 episodes in.
I feel you. But like, if you're watching it in dub, there's one character specifically that if you experience them in dub, you're not gonna get what it's going for. And as people who watch anime, there's this character named Thanos. Welcome to a Thanos world.
Him?
What's up, baby? Right? He's in sub. Fantastic, because we love that trope in anime.
Yeah.
We love when they start speaking English out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But if you watch it in dub, he's speaking English the whole time.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
It's
not as fun. Like it becomes off as more cringy. Whereas like when you're watching in sub, you're like, you know what? What's up, my boy? He's my brother. What's going on? Like that character is so fun. Complete crash out. I had fun. I loved how it got to like figuring out how things were gonna go for season 2. I know your gripes before was like, I just don't understand why he just didn't go straight back and blah 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 blah. But I don't want to give too much information away.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it for you or people who haven't gotten to watch it, because I do think it's worth the watch to see how they wrap up with season 3, because season 3 will be it. It's not like this is going to be something like we got to wait for season 4, 5, and 6. So it's like you're going to get a wrapped up story.
Okay.
Yeah, I also want to say that, I heard a lot of criticism about like the first 2 episodes being really boring, and I really disagree with that.
That first episode is so, but people don't have no patience, bro. Attention spans, bro. Attention spans is so in the fucking water.
I thought the first 2 episodes were great. Honestly, I thought there was a lot of good things to say about it. So if you've heard that criticism, don't let it get to you at all. Right now, I'm 4.5 episodes in. I'm loving every minute of it. This guy's journey, what's his name? Gyeon-hoon?
456.
456. I'm loving his journey so far. I can't wait to see what happens in season 2.
Yeah, he your answers, the questions you have, your issues will be answered. Whether or not you like the answers, that's up to you.
Okay.
But this answered as to why it's happening the way it's happening.
Okay.
But once you finish, bro, let me know. I mean, obviously, we'll talk about it again. Hopefully, next episode we'll be fully caught up, so we can kind of give like a spoiler discussion about it. Because it's fun to talk about the journey of it. So I don't want to.
Once you know, okay, we'll talk about this again.
I'm gonna watch it sub tonight.
Yeah, you should switch to sub, because Thanos on screen, sub is better. You know what I mean?
No, I can see it.
So there's that. I started Severance on Apple TV. Psh, cooked. That shit is
With Adam
good.
Scott, right?
Well, I guess that's his name, the Parks and Rec guy. Yeah. That's I can't wait. I know season 2 is coming out.
What's Severance
Did you
about?
finish it? Did you finish it?
Yeah, it's short.
Oh damn!
It's like 8 episodes.
Only
bro.
2 episodes in.
What's Severance about? Did we talk about it?
It's, actually,
I feel like you mentioned it.
Sachi talked about it before when she was on.
That series where you go to work
Yes.
and you don't know.
And you
go to
don't
work
remember
and
what's
you
happening?
You
Vice
separate.
versa.
Yeah, you 2 different
Yes.
personalities. It's basically 2 different people, kind of. But
Yes.
like, is it really 2 different people? It's kind of like a moral thing of like, when you clock into work, do you want to like know everything? Do you want to know your coworkers, or would you rather have it be separate? But like, you're basically only letting that version of yourself only exist within work, and they don't know anything about their outside life. And it's like, where's the ethics in that? At what point does that be considered a real person? You're considering them like as a not version of you or a lesser version of you, and does that person have the same rights as you? Like, if you know, it enters that quandary of like, is this right or wrong? Some people would say like, oh, I would love to just like not for it to not really be me, but this goes a little bit further into, you know, going into that step of thinking about it and also what comes with it. But there's also a little bit of mystery to it. Very Westworld like.
Okay.
It reminds me
you said
of
it's on Apple?
Apple TV. Apple TV,
They got sleepers.
they don't got a lot, but they are quality over quantity. I will tell you that. And the last thing, well, sorry, I guess I gotta talk about it. I watched the first Twilight movie.
Yeah.
I was about to skip it, son.
No.
You're not gonna skip the next one. I'm telling you.
I'm not.
New Moon.
You need
New
to watch
Moon.
it with us.
New Moon watch party.
Yes, New Moon watch party, guys.
Yo,
this
we'll
is a
smoke a little
cultural
bit.
thing.
You know,
Like-
for millennials,
Yes.
you have to.
This was like my sophomore year of high school. Everyone was trading books around. Like everyone was like, "No, we need to know." Like it was a whole thing, bro. This was like, I don't know, man, huge.
Twilight fans, I have a question for you.
Yes, I'm listening.
Yes.
We're listening.
Are you guys ironically in love with this? Like, did you guys ironically love this in 2008, or did y'all really did y'all really think this was hard?
You know, no. You know what's funny? I think like back in like 2008, like I think like we actually did like it a lot.
Yes.
You know, like because
The culture was different.
Yeah, like
It was the
Vampire Diaries had come out.
Vampire
True
Diaries,
Blood.
Teen Wolf.
Yeah, like
it was the culture at the time.
there's something. It was a charm about it.
Yes.
And then now it's just hilarious. Like the
yeah,
memes.
it's so funny.
I love
like
it.
it's grown. Like we've all grown with it,
Yeah.
and it's just a whole different thing.
Okay.
It's
And it's also nostalgic, sure.
Yeah, it's nostalgic.
You know, like
Team Jacob.
Okay.
you know they want to remake it into an anime, right?
No,
I'm for it. I'm 100%.
Well, I thought this was me talking about Twilight, but it's actually still these two. Well, okay. I watched the first movie.
Okay.
Bella, girl, why you always look like you having an orgasm? I'm just
Yo,
just
wait
don't
till
get
he
me.
Sees the memes.
You just- like if I see one more of these, like the Disney knees, y'all, I don't know. I was like, bro, and this is the first movie. I know this ain't the end of it. So
I know what you are. Say it.
bro being silver,
Glittered.
they just do glitter on bro.
This is
Dude.
what I am.
The weather, like I get it, like it's gray, it's saturated, like the high school life, it's why is everybody dick riding this girl when she moved back there? Like she don't even know these people like that. Somebody was like, "This is your favorite when you were 5," and somebody dead ass said like, "She was 5, bro." Like she don't.
Wild.
You think that's still her favorite? Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like here's your veggie burger or some shit like that. They gave her garden burger. That's what it was. It was so corny, bro.
Yeah,
it was
It's great.
campy.
It's so campy.
corny. And then when I seen Live Shark Boy, I was like,
Taylor Lautner.
yeah, I was like, what is?
Wait till
And then
New
now
Moon.
I feel stupid because I'm looking at Shark Boy and I was like, wow, bro, look indigenous. And I'm sitting here like, wait, is he indigenous?
That was the whole.
Wait, he's not. He's not indigenous
What is
in real
he?
life.
He's not. He's white. That is a white man.
Taylor Lautner's a
Taylor
white
Lautner is a
man?
white. He's not Hispanic. He's
Oh my
not
god!
native.
I was about to change, bro, Bubble in the fucking Scantron because I thought I watched that and I said, "Oh, I guess he is indigenous."
Personally, my theory is that his mother doesn't want to tell him about his other parts because clearly he's a little brownie, but you know.
He's
But
Dutch,
hey,
French, and
that's
German, and has
just a
stated that he
theory.
has
A game
distant
theory.
Native American ancestry.
Dike.
DK. Well, the baseball game.
Yeah.
Now I see why you guys need the lightning or whatever, the thunder. Oh my god, the level of cringe.
The music.
I love it.
It's
I can't believe y'all want me to watch another 4 or 5 of this.
4.
four. There's only four
Four.
movies.
They split
total.
the last
Three
book
more.
into
There's
2.
just 3 more.
No, they split the last Breaking Dawn
Yeah,
part
yeah.
1 and 2.
You want me to watch
So it's
2,
New Moon.
3, and
Yeah,
then the
New
2
Moon.
4 movies? There's 4
The third
movies.
One, part 1, third one, part 2.
There's
There's
4
nothing
movies,
between
girl.
New Moon and
Breaking Dawn. There's New Moon and there's Eclipse, and then there's
Eclipse,
Breaking Dawn
see?
Part 1
I told
and
you.
Breaking Dawn Part 2. I'm not watching 4 of these movies.
Yes,
y'all.
you are.
I swear to God, it's not worth it for the content.
No, it is.
It's not.
It is.
I'm not. I can't.
It might be.
It might be.
It might be.
We're gonna watch.
I
this
can't,
together.
bro.
Yes,
Like,
you will.
Bro,
Okay,
when they was fighting,
What if Kimmy watches One Piece?
we're gonna watch. Hold up there. I don't know about that. I don't know about that,
Corey
Chief.
caught himself. He was like, oh,
No.
well, okay, maybe.
what you gonna say? You forgot?
I was gonna say if we watch it all together, it's different than watching it alone with someone that doesn't appreciate it because you're just sitting there like, what the fuck?
Having said that, though, we would only be able to watch one movie at a time.
Yes.
You know, because like it'd
Yo,
be too much.
dude.
No. It has to be one
The
at
sensory
a time.
overload.
It's
Why
my-
was bro such a crash out?
Who?
Which one?
He got like the dude that showed up at the baseball game.
Oh, the
he
villain.
was just a crash out. Like I was like, I get like it felt so out of nowhere. And I understand that while I was watching it, they were giving a little bit of the subplot of like, oh, there's something around the town that's doing something fishy. But they did a horrible job of like even highlighting that. Like, they was just dick riding Bella and the car stopping and then the running and then
and to think people
the-
back in the day took this shit so seriously.
It was like a masterpiece at the time.
Yeah.
I'm
honestly.
so disappointed in y'all from 2008 that was calling
Blame
this cinema.
9/11. 9/11 is what caused this.
What?
This girl just said.
Yes. Okay. So for those of you who
What?
don't know, this is a whole
know.
thing.
I don't
so
know.
obviously, 9/11 happened, right? And because that happened, My Chemical Romance, became Gerard Way saw the towers fall. He got depressed. He joined a band, right? Because of the band, all this shit happened.
Yes,
Then
emo culture and all
because
that,
of emo
the
culture
change
and
of
everything,
the change of music and
Stephanie-
aesthetics.
Stephanie, who wrote the Twilight, she was heavily inspired by My Chemical Romance, the emo culture, everything. So she was inspired to write this based on the band and everything that happened. And because of this, Twilight happened. Because of Twilight happened, 50 Shades of Grey happened, because that was basically fan fiction of this. And
what YouTube video did you watch?
no, this is facts. I swear
No,
to
no,
God.
I'm just saying, like, someone, like,
Dude.
did the research.
Yes, no, this is like
This
been
is like
known
a documentary.
in like the Twilight culture. Like this is like it's something you find out.
Holy
and
shit.
because of all of that, also Luigi Mangione, his
Whoa,
like
whoa!
yes,
Where we going? Where
How
is
did
this
we
going?
get here?
Where are
his
we
whole
going,
playlist,
bro?
his whole playlist that they found on him, DK, when he was like discovered in McDonald's and everything, was all like My Chemical Romance, like emo shit, like all this stuff.
God!
It all
You should
connects.
do the thing.
I can't find it. This
He's got a thing.
I got a thing. I got an oh my god button, but like
Yes.
Yo,
The more you know.
the rabbit hole goes deep.
Yes. So the lore is crazy.
oh, there we go.
9/11 caused Twilight.
Well, that took a turn.
Yes.
So the last thing I watched, which is I guess almost kind of apocalyptic in a way, I would like to give a formal apology to the fans of Planet of the Apes. I have never watched Planet of the Apes,
Any
Oh,
of
me
any
neither.
of them in my life.
Wait,
Me
which one
neither.
did you watch?
Let me get to it. Jesus Christ. I'm telling you the journey.
You got 2 minutes.
I'm telling you the journey. This shit is fire. So the first one I decided to watch this week was the 1968 Planet of the Apes.
I am clutching my pearls.
Okay.
I watched that first. It had like a 90 something rating or whatever. Like it has a high rating.
Okay.
Because remember I watched Breakfast at Tiffany's. Like I've been listen,
yeah.
sometimes I like to like dabble my toe into like
Yeah.
let me see what the hubbub is. So I
Yeah.
wanted
Say
to
this
see.
again. Corey's a rare breed.
I wanted to see if it like
Held
really
up.
stood up, especially because if this was the foundation of it, you know what I mean? I was like, let me see if this shit was good. So like I'm watching it, and I'm like, this is a little kind of corny at first, and then like as it got cooking, because this is like almost a 2-hour movie. When it got like 40 minutes in, I was like, I'm kind of mad that this is a really good movie for not even for 1968.
Just in general.
This is a really good movie, and the fact that this is better than some of the shit that we got coming out now.
Okay.
I was like, nah, this is good. And they wasn't even doing a lot in that, like compared to the more recent ones. Like they wasn't doing nothing crazy. So after I watched that, I thought it was a really, really good movie. I think if you never watched the 1968 version, I think you should totally check it out.
Okay.
I think it stands up by itself without it being nostalgia. This is
Those are sequels, right?
At least,
Yeah.
at least an 8 out of 10 movie. There's a second movie. I'm not watching that one. It has like a 40% rating. I got better things to do with my time.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I heard the third one is all right, but that's the third one is like they go back in time to the regular time where the thing first kind of started or whatever. But like, we'll see if I watch that. I feel like I kind of have to watch the second one if I want to watch that third one, but that's not going to happen. I'm not watching the 2001 one with Mark Wahlberg.
No,
not
bro,
watching it.
please,
I'm
it's
not
good,
watching
it's
it.
good.
Not watching it. Pass.
Okay.
What's
Why-
the score?
What's the score?
Yeah, you knew the score.
It's like the least one to watch, like out of all of them.
Okay.
I disagree. As
I'm not watching that, bro. And then I watched Rise of the Planet of the Apes
Okay.
after I watched the first one.
With
So
James
that's
Franco,
the 2010 one with James
Yeah,
Franco.
I heard that was good.
Fire.
Okay.
Movie was fire. Oh my God. I was like, I know James Franco's a little hated right now, but I was like,
More than a little.
this is a lot of hated, right? James Franco was a lot of hated, but like this was in 2010, and even for 2010, 2010 is not really bad. CGI hasn't come that far. You know what I mean?
Still
From
15
then.
years.
Like, it's still 15 years, but like the delta isn't like we're talking about 1995. We're talking about like 2010 or whatever. So it was. This was great. Caesar, man, good character. Really, really well. Really, Andy Serkis is doing his thing with that mocap. It is a excellent movie. Like I really, really enjoyed it.
The
and
more you
then
know.
I watched the second one.
Damn.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
Right? I've been cooking. I ain't watching a lot of anime this week, but I've been cooking.
You've been in the kitchen.
Dawn of Planet of the Apes, I do not think is better than the first one.
That's
okay.
fine.
I can see why some people are more entertained by it because there was a monkey with a motorcycle with 2 machine guns.
Pew pew.
And that shit was fire. Was it stupid? 100%. Was it fire? Yeah. Like it was crazy. Like it was a monkey fighting a tank. Like things were happening
Okay.
that shouldn't comprehensively make sense on screen.
It's also like a little sad too with what happens between the Caesar and his son.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
eh.
But the story's good in my opinion.
Well, like I found more. You know what I didn't like about that second one? It was trying so hard to make me like these, or I don't know if it was trying to make me like them, or just even having these set of human characters on screen wasn't enjoyable in any sense. And I think because things expanded a little bit more, I didn't get as much like wholesome, I guess, Caesar moments.
Okay.
It kind of was like me kind of like, Caesar, what are you doing, bro, the whole time? And that kind of frustrated me, whereas like the first one, I actually enjoyed, I don't know, remember the guy's name, but the father, Third Rock from the Sun, that's the only show I remember him from. And James Franco? James Franco. I enjoyed when the human characters were on screen because of getting that relationship where like in the second one, I was just like, oh, let's just get to it. And it wasn't until like the third act where like I finally like felt
connected with them.
and kind of like liked what was going on. And that's because all the kaboom, bang, bang, bang explosions was happening. And it's a bigger spectacle. So I can see why somebody might enjoy it more. So that's everything.
There's another one.
There's a third one and there's a
I
fourth
didn't watch the
one.
third one.
So I have a lot more to. That's what I'm
very
saying.
popular
If I was
series.
gonna choose, I was like, I'm not watching that second Twilight, bro. I'm on my Planet of the Apes binge right now.
But you
know?
will. We will make you.
Fine, we'll see. So speaking of some things to go on, we'll try to wrap this up soon. We got some things to do. But Kimmy, you went a little viral on TikTok. Well, our page didn't go viral, but
I apparently went viral.
But you went viral.
All right, I rage baited too close to the sun, right? But to be fair, I wasn't expecting my context in the video to be cut out, and this guy came in and took our video and took out all my explanations and just try to make a point. So, Marvel Rivals, I still stand on my business, is currently not better than Overwatch in some aspects. Okay.
Do you think you're just protecting your baby and you have bias?
I don't, because I also have a laundry list of things that are wrong with Overwatch, but I think both of them could learn from each other. So the points that I said need to be fixed still need to be fixed. The only thing I can say I was 100% wrong on was the team chat thing. But I found where the disconnect was. Console is automatically turned off. PC players, it's automatically there, push to talk. That's where the disconnect is. Because I had people like, well, she was kind of right about that. And everyone's like, it's in your settings. I'm like, you're a console player. That's it. That's the problem. Everything else, I was right. Why are you booing me? I'm right. But, and people take my words.
Let me bring you off the ledge a little bit. You can't stand on business that much because that many human beings disagree with you.
No, because the thing is that they took my words literally. When I said there's no way to tell that it's overtime, I see the yellow bar, bro. I see it on top. It needs to be done better. That's the only point I was trying to make, is that things need to show more, So like the sounds in Overwatch and how they do that, it's a lot better done. And that's still the truth. And I even have people like saying it on Twitter that without even me looking it up, nothing. People are out there telling like, I wish it was better in Marvel Rivals. Just because I critique something doesn't mean that I don't like it. I like Marvel Rivals. It's so much fun. I've been playing it nonstop.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
I'm finally all right.
Yes.
I'm all right.
Corey's been great.
I'm a Mantis main so far.
Uh-huh.
And I'm working on thick ass Sue Storm. Working on Thicky Girl. So
I'm proud of you.
I'm a healer. I don't like fighting. You know what I mean? Like I like supporting my friends.
Healer is honestly the most important role.
Yeah, man. I just want to look out for my guys. But how was that? That's luckily. I mean, listen. I said I thought Danny would be the one to kind of have this first experience because usually he's the one that says some crazy stuff. You don't really go on the ledge like that, but we don't get to talk about gaming as much.
Exactly.
So, what would you say that? I know it was an interesting week for you, and I feel like this could maybe give better context for other people, maybe thinking of working on content and things like that when moments like these happen because you don't really know what to expect until it happens. You know what I mean? And you're like bombarded kind of with so many different views and things like that. And sorry, Danny, not trying to call you out, but like, you know, it's TikTok, sure, but like all of those ain't kids. We're talking about millions of views and things like that of people like, for the most part, dogpiling on you. And also, you guys are very disrespectful gamers. Y'all got to relax when it comes to how y'all talk to women and things like that on the internet. Y'all take it way too far. It's just a video game.
Like, for people to try to go into my cosplay videos and try to say I was cringe, I look like an Overwatch player. Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, you guys, y'all need to relax because I know most of y'all can't fight. So if you can't fight, watch your fucking mouth.
Especially because it's all anime profile pictures.
Well, she ain't
and
got to
stuff
fight.
like that.
I could fucking fight. So watch y'all fucking.
I can't fight?
I don't
I'm from the Bronx.
She's Colombiana, bro.
I'm from the Bronx.
Just because she's from the Bronx don't mean she can fight. But I can fight. That's real life. So don't play with
See
my
that leather jacket? She go hard.
She said, let's go. But
either way, like,
what was that experience, I guess, kind of like this week? What would you kind of say going through it, I guess?
it's frustrating because it's like for someone to mistake my words, that's the hardest part. Because like you can't come at me. I'm a 2010, 2011 cosplayer. You can't tell me I'm cringe, you know? But it's like none of that bothers me. It's like the fact that they're not listening to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they didn't hear any of the stuff. So like someone came into my comments and was like, oh, you did it. That's not what you said when I said, hey, I literally said, these are the things that Marvel Rivals needs to change for them to get better or on the level of Overwatch. It's like, that's not what you said. I was like, in the video that the guy took my words, cut out all my explanation and said his own points.
Did you see our version of it though?
Yes.
You saw our version of it?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're comparing.
That's what I said literally in the beginning of our video. I said that.
Okay, because I want to make sure you're not saying for the full episode because we always know that people will never see the full.
People are never going to see the full episode. In our clip that we put where we already cut out most of my explanation, that was the first thing I said after, like, you know, my point.
Yeah. I even cut out the part where Danny actually said to you, but isn't there a health bar? And you're like, yes, there's a health bar, but like...
See, next time send it to me so I can look it over.
Well, I need you to look at... Oh, you don't want to go there.
Send it in...
You need to look at every post the same way when it's not about you.
Okay, but you usually send it to edit. Like, hey, how you think of this?
Well, you know, sometimes shit just happens. I got to get it out.
Okay, well, next time, you know, for something like
it
that
needs to
level...
be equal opportunity, attention to detail then. It got to be Danny post too that you pay attention to. The same way.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you send it, I will say my points.
Don't worry, son.
Anyways,
Mom and Dad are not bickering. It's okay.
People cannot take something if it's you say it sarcastically. You know, like don't take my words literal. So if I'm like, there's no way to tell that you're dying.
Yeah.
Bro, I can see the health bar. It's different when you're taking hits and you get the gasps and stuff like that versus like you see the health bar, bro. That's nothing. The little diving board, that's not the
provide
same.
like a good experience to like see. Oh, okay, shit is hitting the fan.
Yeah, like you can see, like here's the thing, you can see those things. Like there was nobody was gonna win that battle. The only way the internet was gonna be if they was having a live conversation with you about it. In no world where people gonna really understand your critiques, whether it would have been from watching the full clip or even seeing the clip of like how we put it out, or even how Homeboy, which I'm not even gonna plug him at this point.
Nope.
See how he like kind of made his video about it, et cetera, et cetera. But hey, man, it was a very interesting experience. But hey, TikTok is probably not gonna be around long enough anyway.
It's annoying that people think that like I think Marvel Rival sucks like that, and I'm like, no, I can critique something I love. Okay.
Yo, the search bar deadass said. Overwatch is better than Marvel Rivals, girl. I was like, yo,
wow.
my girl made it. My girl made it.
I was like, wow.
She's now the girl. Like,
yeah, they were like in my comments like, oh, you're that girl. I'm like, bro, are you kidding me?
Honestly, you should wear like a badge of honor at this point, bro.
Listen, I love both. The thing that everyone's been memeing about, we have 2 cakes. We have 2 cakes. You can enjoy both of them. That's me. I'm loving my 2 cakes, and I'm gonna eat them. So,
all right. Well, speaking of giving a shout out, we want to give out a shout out to a special viewer.
yes,
That we've been having Shade24, Shadee24,
Shade.
Shadee24. Hopefully,
You let
we're
us know how
saying
it's
it
pronounced.
correctly. If you're watching this episode, obviously, we want to make sure we give you a shout out. God bless your soul. This user with the crocodile icon, shout out to you. This past week has binged every episode of
Every
our podcast.
episode.
Is currently going through the live streams now,
Oh, really?
Oh, yay.
right? And
Cheers, thank
thank
you.
you.
Like-
That is
The support.
we were absolutely amazed, blown away. We thank you so much. But
Mhm.
how are you listening to our voices that much?
He doesn't even like us that much.
Because I do the editing, and I'm
Yeah.
over here like I could hear Danny from 8 blocks away because I hear his voice so much. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, thanks for thinking we're that interesting.
Yes.
yeah.
It's
Appreciate
different. It's different when you hear us every couple weeks or so. But like to like binge
You
it.
bitch just like an anime.
Yeah, binge just like an anime. That's crazy.
That shit was crazy.
And
So
thank you for letting us know in the comments as well, like some
Yeah.
of the thoughts that you've had. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, like leaving real like comments, actually commenting like what we talked about within the episode. Like, we could tell that you definitely went through it. We could see on the analytics, obviously. But we wanted to give you a special shout out because that means a lot. That's very, we ain't been doing this that long. So to have somebody who, I don't want to know if we want to classify you as a fan, but we hope you're a fan of what
Generally
we do.
commenting on every episode is a lot.
So we really appreciate that. That's the first time we've ever had experience like that. So we hope it's not the last, but it is what it is. But
And all you people that are with us week to week, we all appreciate you too. This is great. We've been having a fun time.
and so before we close out this episode, we want to just give a special thoughts and prayers and condolences to everybody currently going through all types of world-ending shenanigans in Los Angeles, California, here in the United States. For if you're watching anywhere else, I don't know if you guys hear about the wildfires going on. There's like 4 or 5 of them. LA is basically gone.
LA
essentially.
is
You know what I mean? If you've never seen LA in your life,
I haven't.
you might as well say goodbye to seeing what LA was. You will never see that version of LA now if you've never been, which is kind of sad.
Very sad.
I've had the fortunate chance to go there twice.
I've only been once.
So it's like now it's going to have, I don't know what they're going to do. The shit is still going on as
It's
the time
still
of us
happening,
recording.
I don't
Yeah.
know if they're going to be able to do anything because at the end of the day, like the risk of these wildfires still remains really high.
Yeah, bro.
You know, so
Yeah.
And I know sometimes people ask questions like, why are they building houses with wood and things like that? Well, I mean there's a little less time, resources to rebuild because wildfires are a thing that happen there so often. So you don't want to consistently
Yeah.
be putting the manpower and the things needed to build like stone housing and things like that because it's still
They
going to
said
burn.
they said earthquakes is the reason they don't do it all in stone. But I'm like, but this is pretty whack too.
yeah,
it's just hard.
it sucks. I know, like, there's all types of different people that live there. We in New York, listen, we deal with brick ass cold, and I'm thankful for it. I mean, did we have an earthquake? Sure, but like that ain't normal, right? When we get our little storms like of Sandy and things like that, it ain't we not used to really
Natural
extreme
disasters.
extreme weather conditions,
Yeah.
things like
No
that. Like,
tornadoes, no earthquakes, hurricanes, not really.
so like things like moments like that has me like, oh, I'm so glad I live here.
disbelief. Honestly.
Yeah.
Seeing some of the footage out there, like
Rough.
aerial views, people driving through the streets, it looks like actual hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
So, like for the first responders as well, the people who are out there
Shout out to y'all.
risking their lives.
Yeah.
It's unreal to see the efforts that are coming together for this. So a lot of support for any of you out there on the West Coast. You know, our hearts go out to you.
Yeah, 100%. If anybody knows any ways, to help anybody out there, people in need, things like that, feel free to leave that in like the comment section of this video and things like that, because we don't have that information on hand because we are still just like a little anime podcast. We're not like news people and things like that. So, but thank you guys again for all that somberness. Thank you guys again for checking out another episode of the Moon Piece Podcast. Leave a like, leave a comment, all of that. So enjoy your life, y'all.
See ya.